Good morning, guys. Welcome back, and thanks for joining me for another yoga flow. Let's get into it. We'll start down on the floor. We'll come all the way down onto our backs. Nice long spines. Let the shoulders melt down towards the floor. Back of the neck is long. And just begin to soften any tension through the body. And go ahead and place the left hand on the heart, the right hand on the belly. Shoulders melt, face is soft. And just sending the breath towards the hands. Softening completely with each exhale. When we're ready to move, keep the head nice and heavy. We can take the gaze over to one side, sweeping back through center, look over to the other side. Moving with our breath, we're just moving very gently, mindfully through the neck. Head stays nice and heavy. When that feels complete, we come back to center. We'll hug the knees into the chest. You can have a little rock here. If stillness calls to you, that is always an option. We meet in stillness. Keep a hold of the left knee, let the right leg go long, opening up through the front of the leg there. If the hips feel or the lower back feels uncomfortable, we can always bring that right foot to the floor to create a bit more space there through the back. Otherwise, leg is long. Now let's just do some circles or some little left to rights with that left knee in, and really just noticing that movement and how we need to move this morning here. So just creating a bit of mobility and fluidity through that left hip joint. For circles, we can go both ways. If we've got a little bit of left to right action, a little sway, just noticing that movement. When you're ready, we're taking that leg all the way across to the right to set up for a twist. We can lift the upper body slightly just to get a bit more rotation through the shoulders. Hands can be wherever you're comfortable. Maybe we look over away from the knees. We breathe in, we create space through the body. We breathe out and we melt down into the floor. When you're ready, back to center. Let that left leg go long and just take a little moment to notice the left side and notice the right side. When we're ready, the right knee is into the chest. Remember, there's that option to bring the left foot to the floor. We breathe here. We can invite some movement, be it circles or sways. Maybe you just like to have your knee in and we just roll through the ankle, just noticing that movement in the body and what it is and how it is that you need to move today. Depending on the time of the day, maybe you've just woken up and you're still a little bit stiff, the body's still a little bit sleepy. Maybe you're towards the end of your day and you just want to release. So just noticing. When we're ready, we're guiding that leg across the body, adjusting as needed. The shoulders don't need to be on the floor. That knee doesn't need to be on the floor. It is the direction that we're heading. So adjusting so that we can feel more comfortable here. But just know that we don't have to make it into a particular shape. We're just practicing being mindful, being aware of sensations through the body. Let's make our way back to our backs. Both legs long. Noticing the left side. Noticing the right side. In your own time, we bring the feet to the floor, nice and wide, mat distance apart or wider. Moving straight into some windscreen wipers. We've got some very obvious internal and external rotations from the hips. You can move as slow or as fast as you need. I encourage slower movements, but if you're one of these people that likes to move a bit faster and release some pent up energy, by all means, make the practice your own. But if you can explore nice, slow movements, timed with nice, slow, long breaths, just really seeing how the body reacts, those muscles move as we switch from side to side, then let's see if we can work that way today in our practice. And we slowly meet with our knees to the sky. Bring the feet together, drop the knees out to the sides, soles of the feet come together. Hands can rest on the body or take them up above the head. We feel the points of the body that connect with the floor. We allow the knees to be heavy. And we allow the breath to flow. When we're ready, hands guide the knees together. We roll all the way to our side and up to a comfortable seat. We can be cross-legged, legs wide, and just some shoulder rolls. You can roll them together or separate like I'm doing. Allowing that movement to be nice and fluid. The neck, the spine can be involved. You'll roll the other way. And we slowly come back to center. Nice tall spines, noticing the body. Grounding down through our sits bones, rising tall through the crown of the head. Let's take the right hand to the floor, left hand sweeps up and over into our side bend. Notice those abdominal muscles engaging to support your body. Reach down through that left side hip. We come all the way up and over. Seeing what sensations happen on this side. From here, that right hand, that top hand is going to come down to the ground in front. We're going to cross the left hand over and walk back over to that right side bend. We open, top hand comes down, the other hand crosses over, and we make our way back to that left side. We're flowing here. If it's not quite, if you can't quite get that hand movement, that's okay. Just looking for fluid, intentional movements, sweeping from side to side, exploring opening the chest. As we bend forward, we explore opening through the back of the body. One more each way. Let's make our way into a forward fold. So we just melt the bodies down. Depending on your body, the time of the day, this can feel very constricting. You may not get very far into your fold. That's not the point of us being here. Just seeing if we can melt and soften with each breath. If you would like to open your legs wide, you can. Just let the head be heavy. Breathing here. We peel ourselves up. Just going to change direction so you can see the hands come behind, fingers in or out, elbows squeeze together. We press the chest forward. Maybe the head drops back. Gently peeling up, roll over the ankles. We're coming into a tabletop. Spread the fingers nice and wide. The tailbone is long. Let's think about being long through the whole spine. And as we press the hands into the floor, we're going to round the spine to the sky. Head drops down. And we flow through our cat-cow. So belly drops to the floor. We look up. Switching, moving between the two positions. And you can be as fluid, as intuitive as you like here. Notice how the body wants to move. And you can stay doing this cat-cow move, or we can take it out to the side and around for some barrel rolls. Rolling from the center around. And we'll switch directions, rolling the other way. We slowly make our way to center. Press the hands into the floor, nice, strong, open bodies. Walking the hands forward into our puppy. So the hips are going to stay high. Chest melts down towards the floor. Forehead can rest on the mat or the chin, or we can stay lifted if that's where we're at. If you're not comfortable here, you can also make your way into a child's pose. So take the knees wide and press the hips back, big toes together. So you can melt down here too. Otherwise, we're just getting a slightly deeper stretch in our puppy. Lift the gaze slightly. We'll walk the hands over to one corner of the mat. Melt down. Lifting the gaze, we walk over to the other side. Lift the gaze, we're back to center. One more breath in our puppy. And we walk our way back to our tabletop position. Left hand center, directly under the face. That right hand's going to sweep open towards the sky. Maybe the gaze follows. And we're coming down so far under that we can press ourselves back up. So we flow down, sweep under, and lift. Gaze following that thumb. Moving with our breath. Last one, we hold at the top. Notice that strength through the body. And we sweep all the way under for our threading the needle. Right ear to the mat. Top hand can melt. Allow there to be some softness here. Top hand presses into the floor. We lift up and out. We come back to our tabletop. We can do a few cat-cows here. Just to release through the spine. And then we want our right hand center. Left hand sweeps up to the sky and through. We're flowing, open. We sweep under. This time we'll sweep all the way under, left ear to the mat. Top hand just soft out in front, we're comfortable. Melting here, down into the floor. Releasing with each exhalation. We press into the floor, lift up and out. Any little wriggles that you may need just to release. We come all the way down onto our forearms, into our Sphinx pose. Chest is nice and lifted, hips are even, feet are soft, shoulders roll back. You can move a little bit through the neck or a little rock for the hips, left to right. Gentle movement, opening through the body. Okay, if we're moving, we find stillness. We notice that connection to our abdominals, they're engaged. I'm going to just do a little bit of movement through the legs. So keeping this position, left leg comes in towards the bum, doesn't have to touch, goes down. Right leg in, release. Left to right, right to left. You can Move as fast or as slow as you like here. Finish up evenly. Both legs go long. We melt the upper body down, hands under the shoulders, elbows nice and close to the body. We engage and we lift up into our cobra. Shoulders are back. You can move the neck, you can move the hips. Breathing here. We'll melt down and we're going to start to flow. So we're lifting up and rolling down. You can come up as high as you like. Each time you lift, you may come to a different height, just exploring that movement, moving with our breath and really articulating through the spine, really getting into those shoulder blades. Now, the last one, we're going to hold at the top. Nice and strong, opening through the chest. Gaze forward, breathe with awareness. We melt down. We come just soft actually for a minute. Just have a little release. Take the arms out wide. Let's come back to our Sphinx. Right leg's going to lift up to the sky. Left forearm is going to come center of the body. Reaching back with that right hand. If you need a strap, you can grab one. So we're holding the inside of the hand, the inside of the foot here. We're going to press that foot into the hand to help lift the chest, trying to have the chest nice and rotated to the front of the mat. So it's a big opener through the front line of the body here. We breathe. Create space with the in-breath. Soften a little on the exhale. And maybe we stay here. Maybe we play with bringing that foot in and flipping that hand grip to the top of the foot. Keep that connection to the abdominals. Releasing with control. Coming back to our Sphinx. Notice the left side of the body. Notice the right side. Right hand center, left leg lifts. We reach back, same hand to the same leg. We press the foot into the hand. Trying to keep that knee on the floor so we're not lifting. Nice. Open through the chest, control through those abdominals. Maybe we stay here. Maybe we play with bringing that foot in towards the body, flipping the hand to the top of the foot. Let's not forget about the upper body. We're still lifted through the front. Face is soft. Breath is even. Let's release here. Come back to center. One more inhale. And let it go out the mouth. And come all the way down. Stack the hands. Doesn't matter which hand's on top. Forehead can rest here. Just releasing into the floor. Let's peel back to our wide-legged child's pose. So the knees are wide, big toes together. Hips reach back towards the heels and the chest melts down. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Walk the hands in. And we'll bring the legs out in front. Speed. Our last little bit, we're going to finish with a twist. Pedal out the legs. Just releasing here. Finding stillness, engagement through the quads, kneecaps drawing up and in, toes to the sky. Nice tall spine. Let's bring the right leg in. We can have it on the inside of the long leg, or we can cross it over. So there are options. And then for our twist, it is the left arm is either going to hug that knee, and we can do that if the foot is on the left or the right of that left leg. Nice tall spine. The right hand can be there for support, but we want to be strong through the belly. Nice tall spine. Option to just keep this hug of the leg. Option to take that left arm to the outer of the knee. Looking back over that back shoulder. Breathing here. Gently release. Release the leg. Pedal out the legs here. And so we want left leg comes in. We can do foot to the inside of that leg, or we can cross it over. We can hug the right arm to the left leg, or elbow to the outer of that knee. Breathing. Gently release. Pedal out the legs. And let's bring the knees into the chest. We roll all the way back. Spend a few breaths here with the knees tied into the chest. We can have a little rock. You might need stillness now. When you're ready, we are releasing and making our way into our final position of rest. Any other little rocks that you may need, wriggles, take them now. Otherwise, we set up for our Shavasana. Let go of any effort on the breath. Let go of any effort through the body. Finding some release with each exhalation. And just notice the breath. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. When you are ready, gently beginning to wriggle through the hands and the feet. Let's take the arms above the head together, ankles together, and reach opposite directions. Nice big full body stretch. And then melt back down to the floor. Making your way over to one side. One little pause here. Round of breath. Giving thanks to your body for all that it does throughout the day. You're ready, we're coming all the way up back to that comfortable seat. Hands can rest on the knees, palms down or up. We notice the body. We notice the breath. When you're ready to move on with your day, gently begin to flutter the eyes open. And thank you so much for moving with me today. I love sharing my videos with you. And if you enjoy, please feel free to like, comment, or hit the subscribe button. It's very helpful for me. Thank you so much.